that I'll be saying. So we're gonna start recording. What's up, A?
Hey, Aziz, sorry, I have a really, really quick question because I just want to make sure that I don't waste my time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, really quickly, because I just showed this investor a property. It's going for 64,900, but the ARV range from 180 to 200.
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled that from, properties that's been sold within the last 6 months and contingent, and then less than half mile away from that property. But I'm trying to figure out if it's worth it if like seven other people went, because if somebody put in a cash offer or private money, then more than likely when that knock out the hard money option. Well, it would give it, what it isn't hard money like the FHA version of, you know, all the options when it comes to investors bidding.
I guess you could put it like that. Yeah, I mean, where does it rank? Cash is gonna be king all the time, whether you're dealing with FHA, conventional FHA 203K, hard money, right? Cash is always gonna be king. You just that's just a simple rule. So yeah, if you go with a hard money loan and you got somebody else that's saying that they putting up cash, it can definitely knock it out the box. But I have seen people put down like it's a cash offer because, the hard money loan should be able to, be just as good as cash because it's really they're giving the client the money, but it's still contingent on that hard money lender. So I have seen that. So on the other side of that, on the flip side of that, if you're in, that's where the see somebody will put down cash, but then they'll send you that pre-approval letter, and you're like, well, wait, it's not cash. That's why it's always good to have that pre-approval letter, or if it's cash, to ask for proof of funds, meaning bank account statements or some type of letter from the bank, because they'll like a realtor put down cash, but it's not really cash. It's like a hard money or a private money, right? So yeah, it doesn't hurt to put the offer in because you don't know what the other offers are going to be. But yes, if the other offers are cash, is unless they're like really low offers in their cash, then you have maybe a chance of winning. But if it's like very comparable or equal, yeah, they're gonna most likely they're gonna take the cash all day.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Did all that make sense?
It does make sense. I'm sending the other agent a message right now. I
Yeah,
know I
you
should
know
probably
what?
call, but I'm on the meeting.
No, it don't matter. I mean, you can, as long as you get the communication out, right? Now, sometimes what I will do is I may call when I'm putting in, submitting the offer. But if you just asking a question, like, but you can fill them out too and call. I send a lot of messages too. Just hey, buyers my buyers potentially interested in an offer. But see, this is what I'll say. They don't really want to get into multiple offer situations. See, because it's poker. The other side could be bluffing with you. You never know. So to try to eliminate, because you'd be like, hey, do you got any offers? And they say, yeah, we got offers, right? They could be bluffing. You never know. In this market, they don't really have to bluff though, because it's so competitive. But when it wasn't competitive, my strategy was, hey, I got a buyer who's potentially interested in putting in an offer from what we saw today, but they don't want to get into any multiple offer situations. Do you already have offers on the property? Right. And then they'll tell me yes, or they'll tell me no. Right. So that's one way that I put it. Not, hey, do you have offers on the property? I say, do you have any other? My buyer doesn't want to get into multiple offer situations. Do you have any other offers on the property?
Okay. Wow, that's nice. You always
Yeah.
put it so nicely. Thank you.
Uh, Man, it's chestnut checkers out here, man. And everything that we do can make or break whether we get a deal, whether we kind of get a feel for what the other side is doing, etc. So we always gotta like think two steps ahead because you know what's coming around the corner. So how do alleviate from what you know is coming, like, or what the possibility could be? So you like kind of getting into the psyche of what the other person is doing. You want to counteract that so that Instead of them controlling the move, you control the move, right? So we was talking about, before you jumped on the call, I told Jay, I said, man, I'm not getting on the camera for this one. Y'all can keep cameras off if y'all want to. I said, I'm tired. So I'm gonna rest up a little bit while I'm doing this presentation. And he said, man, Aziz, that ain't the Aziz I know. You gotta go get it. Lion in the jungle. Da, da, da. I said, well, man. And he was joking, Jay was joking, but it brought up a good point, right? When it comes to life and in business, that you have to be careful with how you use your time and make sure you're not doing, for one, make sure you find times to rest in different ways while still moving, right? Move effectively and efficiently. Take 5 steps to get over to the door versus 10 little small steps. Just, you know what I mean? How can I get there quicker, right? You got to be thinking about that all the time. So Jay was like, "No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing." I said, I know you're playing, but it made me think about something. Y'all gonna come across clients that are eager. You got to protect you got to protect your time and you got to protect your energy. Telling y'all that right now, right? You're gonna get the client that want to go out to see one home, right? And you don't want to disappoint. So you're like, dang, I gotta go drive 30, 40 minutes to show this one house. Jeez, but I just got this client and I don't want to disappoint him, right? Don't be like that. You gotta say, because sometimes look, it's so backwards, y'all. That's why we gotta control the flow. Sometimes a client will think that they're helping you by only asking you. They think they're being nice by only asking you to see one house. As backwards as it may seem, right? So you got to let them know, like, hey, look, is that the only house you want to see? Because I saw several of them that you might be interested in. I really like to do a tour. If you got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 homes that you want to see in a row, let's knock them out. That's really like how I prefer to work. And most clients will say, man, okay, yeah, because we do want to see a couple of them, but we just didn't know if we should just tell you all of them or not, right? Like, you'll get that. Like, we didn't know how many we could see in a day. So you got to lead your client where you want your client to go, because they don't really know how this process works. So you thinking, see, a lot of times we'll think that people just know things, but they don't. So we got to like take everybody through the same process and assume that they don't know. Or else you just spent a whole lot of time, and then the next day they ask you to go see another one. You're gonna be like, this client keeps telling me just they want to see one house at a time, but did you ever tell them that they could see 5 or 6? That's important, right? And if they only want to see one, and that's the only one, okay, then that's no choice. Or if they want to, this is another one you'll get. They want to see one at 10 a.m. and then they want to see one at 5 p.m. We're not doing that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We is not doing that. And these houses is literally like 20 minutes away from each other, maybe 10 minutes away from each other. See, but in their mind, they think they're doing you a favor. You don't live up the block like they live up the block from this house, right? It ain't only your way to work like it's on their way to work. So you gotta say, look, we gotta put these two together so we can just knock them out back to back, right? Only way I'll do that is if they just cannot, they gotta do, I feel like this one is gonna go. They can only get this one in. It's some distance away. Okay, look, we gotta do what we gotta do at that point. Let's get in there. Let's get the offer in quick, fast, and in a hurry, and try to be first. A lot of times, even in this market, sometimes you can, I won't say a lot of times, but even in this market, you can win a deal just because you were first. And not only because you were first, because you put in a solid offer. You didn't play around with price. You know what I'm saying? You went higher, probably if you know it's going to get multiple offers. You didn't play around with asking for cash back if the customer didn't need it. Because think about it like this, y'all. let's say it's a house for 250K, right? That house is 250K. Now, you know this house gonna get multiple offers. If you've been in the business, you've been showing houses, you know what's happening in that market. You don't lost some, you don't won some. You know the multiple offers is coming. It's just a matter of time. But I know I got here first, just came on the market. So now your client is like, well, can we offer lower? What the comps look like? Da, 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 da. So you say, okay, well, let's offer full price, or let's offer a little bit lower. Let's try to negotiate this and this and that, right? But you know it's a good chance the odds is against you. Now, you don't know nothing for 100% sure fact, but your knowledge and your experience, or my knowledge and experience, and you tell me the situation, and I'll tell you that we playing the odds. The odds is more offers is going to come in, and then it's going to be a bidding war. So now your client got two options. One, we go hard and we go 10K over, 15K over, no money back. Maybe the appraisal saves us and knocks the price back down, or maybe you end up having to pay it. But one thing that I can tell you is, if it turns into a multiple offer situation, UFHA, you asking for cash back. Now, so they're not going to accept your offers. You get some other stronger offers in there. That 10K over that you would have had to put in right now to possibly win is going to easily turn to 20 or 30. And you might not even have that to be able to win. You might not even be able to go that high in your pre-approval amount. So you might as well go ahead, don't play games. And what tends to happen in some situations is we did get multiple offers, but we decided to go with your offer because you guys were early, you were first, and you were aggressive, and you came right with it, no games. Sellers like that because you know why? You know, can anybody tell me why you think sellers like when you're aggressive, you don't play any games, and why realtors like that, and why realtors would advise their clients to accept your offer when you come in like that? Nobody?
It provides a sense of security, I think.
Yeah, it show that you serious. That's what I would think.
It show that you're serious. It shows that you're not likely to back out of this deal, getting nervous or getting scared. It shows that the client has probably lost a few other deals, so some small stuff on the inspection report won't blow the deal, right? You serious
So the
about buying a
buyers
house.
like really set the tone.
Both people set the tone, but really, yes, the buyer sets the tone in this market when it comes to if they really want the house or not.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, and it sends a message to the client, to the seller, okay, this person is serious. How much do they really want this house? How sure are they? Right? So I was gonna say something else, but yeah, that really sets the tone. They see you serious, that you want to move forward, that you're gonna buy the house, that you're not likely to back out of it. Oh, this was what I was gonna say, because the sellers, what you think the seller's worst fear is when selling a house? After they get it under contract, of course. The worst fear is not getting under contract. But what do you think the worst fear is after it's under contract? Ain't no wrong answers. Take a guess.
The inspection not going too well.
The inspection not going too well. It could be anything, right? But the worst fear is that the deal doesn't close. That if the deal doesn't close for any reason, whether the buyer's back out, it's inspection, whatever the case may be, the deal doesn't close. Now they got to put it back on the market. No seller really wants to go back on market. Right? That's just more time. And time is what? Money.
Money.
Yeah. Time is money. They don't want to waste time. They don't want to waste money, especially when you got village inspections and now they expire after a certain amount of time, and then you got to go get another village inspection. And they want to close this deal, so they want somebody that they know this client is sure they want to move forward.
Even if the buyer come with like lower than an asking price.
What you mean?
Like even if they serious, but they come in lower than what the seller really want. Like
But then they ain't that serious. Like you talking about negotiation. You can negotiate in some markets with some homes. But we talking about, remember, we talking about in a situation where you know this house is gonna get multiple offers. So it's like, how serious are you if you coming in lower than asking price, but the the other contracts came in were at asking price or above? I mean, do it really matter how serious you are at that point?
Yeah, because you at risk of not even getting the house.
No, I'm talking about on the seller side. Do the seller really care how
Oh,
serious
I
you
was
are?
talking on the buyer side. I'm gonna just say
On the seller side, do they
it
really
doesn't
care how?
look good.
Yeah, they like, I don't really care how serious you is about buying this house. Your price too low, your offer too low. So you're not that serious if you come. You're not that serious, or the realtor that you have does not understand what this market is doing, or the realtor that you have knows what this market is doing, but didn't get real with you as the buyer, right? And that happens. That happens. For one, you either get sellers that are either can't afford to go higher or they just won't, right? And those are sellers like you'll be working with them. They just won't go higher. They don't want to give in to what the market is doing, but they'll end up just having you showing them a bunch of homes, and then they'll end up not buying nothing, saying they're going to wait. You're going to get those, right? Or you're going to get the realtor that doesn't know the market, so can't inform the buyer of what the market is doing, and then they're going to let the buyer pick and choose what offer they put in, and they're just going to be happy to. Look, y'all, I'm not happy just submitting offers. I'm there to win. I'm there to protect my client, right? To make sure I advise them, like, this is what the comps look like. This is this, right? All of this looks like this. But at the end of the day, a lot of clients, they want to get the house, right? They like, man, look, I don't have so many clients like, man, we kept putting in offers with this other lady and we kept losing. They came over to me. We go out 1 week, we put in 2 offers on houses and now they under contract. They love me. But I had them go 10K overpriced too. They didn't care. You know why they didn't care? Because I did the math for them on my app, on the phone app, Zillow calculator, mortgage calculator. I'm gonna drop that in a group for y'all. Matter of fact, the Zillow mortgage calculator. I do my numbers right there, and I show them like, man, $10,000 over 30 years is not gonna really cost you very much per month, right? You got to go hard on this home if you want it, because we already FHA, which is the odds are stacked against us because people going to take a conventional loan over an FHA, right? So the odds are stacked against you, so you really got to come in nice. Boom, we got the house under contract and they happy. They said, man, the other realtor didn't tell us all this. Either one, the other realtor didn't tell them all that because they didn't know the market, they didn't know the game, they don't know FHA versus conventional, or the realtor was afraid to tell them that because they were afraid that they're gonna be like, oh, you trying to get me to spend too much money, and that they were gonna lose them. But I'm gonna tell you this: if you keep running around with buyers and putting in homes, and you keep losing, and you're not informing them, they're gonna leave you anyway because they don't know what's wrong, but they know something is wrong.
it's better to just be honest for real.
And it's not about being dishonest though, right? I don't know what you're saying, right? But I want to make it clear so everybody hear this or when they watch the video. It's not about being dishonest. It's about, or honest or dishonest. It's about being real. It's about being 100.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real with you. And they say, Aziz, please do. That offer you want to put in, likely you gonna lose. For real, Aziz? Look, you put in the offer you want to. I could be wrong. I'm not always right. But if I had to bet my money on it, I wouldn't be betting in your favor. And you know what they do? Sometimes, especially when they new clients, they'll do what they want to do. And I say, hey, go for it. You know what? Hey, might win, keep your fingers crossed, but don't get your hopes up. I don't want you disappointed if we don't get it. It's possible, and I could be wrong, right? I've never really been wrong, and I don't think I've ever been wrong in that situation. But I tell them that. And you know what? You know what I'm thinking? This is just a blow off. This right here is just a blow off. I'm not expecting this contract. I need them to lose. I need them to do it their way so that they can lose. But see, I'm confident in my numbers. I'm confident in what the market doing. And I'm telling them that the odds is it's going to be against you and you're not going to win. So when they lose, and I say, hey, sorry to break the news to you. They had another offer that was higher. Oh my God, what? Are you serious? Man, we wanted that house. Well, I did tell you that, this and that, and you FHA, and you asked for money back, and then you asked for money off, and, this is what the numbers look like, and, I did, and I'm not there to rub it in their face. I'm just stating the facts, like, this is an aggressive market and time of the year, and, they say, okay, all right, well, look, I say, hey, well, you know what? It just is what it is, and we got to go back to the drawing board. Now, when we go back to the drawing board, it's, Aziz, what should we do? Right? See, sometimes you won't be able to use your expertise from the very beginning. You're gonna have to let them lead the way. You just give your advice. A lot of times, they think they figured it out. They watching HGTV and all of that, and they want to go the route they want to go. It don't work out, and then they saying, yeah, we think we need your help. But that's what I was here for in the first place, right? But you never want to make your clients feel bad. You never want to say, I told you so. You should have listened to me. You never want to do that. They already know that at that point. The wife already beating up the husband like, I told you to listen to him. He was referred to me by my girlfriend. They said he was the best. Hey, but I thought, no. Next time he say something, man, I can imagine myself pouring my wine and kicking my feet up. We got to find another one like that. Happy wife, happy life. Right?
Period.
Right? So, yeah, I don't even know how we got on that, but any y'all have any questions about anything that I said? Any questions about just anything that's on y'all mind? Let's just do a Q&A, and just see how this roll. Maybe we get into some social media, maybe not, just depending on how this go. But I'm telling y'all, when we on these calls like this, the more questions you ask me, the better, because some stuff, it just don't be in the front of my mind. Like, this is a freestyle training. It just don't be in the front of my mind. But as you start asking me stuff, it make me start thinking about stuff. And you can get more out of me that way. So, yeah.
All right,
I got none
I
right
have
now.
something. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. My bad. Okay, I know like this is really, really small, but I haven't ordered my cards yet because I was waiting for my website to come. So I want to go ahead and do the 1,000 cards for free. And then I want to put the QR code on it, if that's possible, on the back. Like take it from the website.
Yeah, I'm not the car specialist, but definitely you gotta order the cards when you're a new agent. You gotta order the cards from the email they sent you. Do not go into I learned this the hard way. Do not go into EXP Enterprise and order the cards because you cannot find the free cards. And I was like, where are my free cards? You gotta order them through the link that's sent to you in the getting started email. That's the only way you can access your free cards. As far as putting a QR code on there, I don't know. You might have to, check with agent support, marketing, or something like that to see how that will work. But because I've never tried to do anything like that, but it may be possible.
Thank you.
Okay. Go ahead, Jalen.
I don't think I got no questions like particularly. I'm still trying to get set up like my the actual EXP account. I gotta go to the email.
Aziz,
think
have you
that's
ever
it.
did door knocking before? I know like that's probably, I'm sure you probably have.
So real quick on Jalen's. Jalen, yeah. Get through everything, get through the getting started, go through, everybody should be going through their 101 fast start courses. Don't skip them. I even dropped, somebody put them all on YouTube. I dropped that in the group. Or you can go through the Fast Start series just through EXP University, in the getting started. Just follow that whole template. Don't skip around. Set up your KV course, set up your website, start looking into what KV core does, how you can utilize your website, jump into the individual trainings for those tools that you have, etc. Dig into your business and set the foundation, right? So Jalen, I know you said that you had a schedule that you set, right? What I want you to do in the scheduled time that you have, stay consistent daily, right? Whatever, if your scheduled time is to work on your business, stay consistent. But I just want you to fill your day with getting through all the basics, getting set up, the Fast Start 101, watching some of the recorded videos that, I've been doing. But I put it in the group, the order, right? So you should already have the order, right?
Yeah.
Where I say don't skip around, okay? So yeah, just focus on that. When I first got into the business, I literally took my first like 2 weeks in the business. It was just all foundation stuff. Let me just get my bearings. Let me watch these videos because we tend to want to just blow past that stuff. I want y'all, we tend to think like, okay, because we get instructions to put together, a chair or something. And then we like, hey, we look at the chair first, we look at the box, and then we like, oh shoot, it's only like 3 pieces right here, 4 pieces. I think this girl right here, boom. Okay, I got it done. We tend not to want to go through those processes, but here, take the time, go through those processes because it's gonna make you stronger. And this is not something that you could just look at the box for. You wanna read the instructions or basically listen to the instructions. So I just want everybody to, because most people skip that. And then when they come back and they asking all these questions that they could have got from the videos, from the literature, from setting their stuff up, right? So don't skip that piece. Okay. Okay. Asia, you said
Actually,
what you say?
Aziz, ignore that question. I think what I'm gonna do is put together a packet for door knocking and then work on my buyer and seller presentation. And then I'm gonna go ahead and email you all of my templates. And then I just want you to look over it when I'm done with it, if
So
that's
you
okay.
you asked me if that's what it was. You asked me about door knocking. Have I done door knocking? Door knocking is good. You can door knock, get in front of people. Anytime you can get in front of people, that's great. It's gonna be hard to door knock right now with the snow, but door knocking is always good because you can get in front of people, right? Door knocking takes time. I've door knocked, I've went flyers and stuff, man. You watch out for bees and you might have a dog running down the street sometimes. And door knocking it's work. It's gonna be some work, but it is effective to get in front of people.
What do you bring with you when you go? Like, what kind of, are you bringing stats on the neighborhood, or like, what information are you putting in?
So to go back to that, I'm not really door knocking, to be honest with you, right? Now, have I door knocked? Yes. But what I like to do if I'm going to door knock, I like to be more effective with my door knocking. So my door knocking is going to be more so different, right? And really it's going to be more so like appointments. But let's say I got an open house. I want to definitely door knock that neighborhood. I want to door knock it the day before. I could door knock it 2 days before. I can door knock it 3 days before. I can door knock it the day of, right? Because I want to get all of the surrounding, flyers, all that. I want to get all the surrounding attention because now I'm really adding some value. I'm not just there to try to sell your house or try to help you to get one, right? I'm there because I'm showing off the neighbor house. Hey, have you ever seen what your neighbor's house looks like on the inside? No, actually, I haven't. You should check it out. It's not bad, right? I'm having an open house over here in such and such street and such time. You think you can make it out, right? Come down here, come check it out, hang out for a minute. Good reason to get out the house, etc. Okay, cool. Yeah, check it out. Well, here's the information on it. It's got my contact information there as well. But it's been good meeting you. Yeah, it's been good meeting you. Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought about selling your house? The numbers in the market is up such and such percentage in this area, and homes are selling for blah 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 blah. You ever checked out to see what your home is worth? Say, no, I haven't really checked it out. We're not really interested in moving. They say, no, it's not about being interested in moving, but maybe you just want to get an idea, right? Say, hey, I can always run comps for you if you want me to. Matter of fact, I can do them, later tonight, if you want me to, right? Get them over to you and get your email address and send them over to you. Okay, cool. You know what? Yeah, I mean, hey, it's free. It's no charge for you. Okay, well, cool. Yeah, let's check it out. Right? Now, that might be some work, but see, you just made a solid contact. Somebody that's going to remember you, somebody that gave you permission to contact them, somebody that you're going to put into your KV core database, that you're going to prospect, right? You're going to set them up on a campaign, right? So I'm door knocking, but I'm door knocking strategically. Or I'm reaching out to for sale by owners and I'm setting appointments. I'm more so doing a cold call and then I'm popping up, at their house or when they tell me, yeah, I can come over and check it out. And then I'm coming over there with comps already. Right? But just door knocking, other than that, you don't know if the person has interest or not. So really, you just want to promote the house that you're doing an open house for and ask them if you can do something for them, right? Now, if I'm door knocking, if I'm truly door knocking, I really want to door knock complexes. Now, it's hard to go to buildings that are complexes because you got to get access to the building. You're knocking on people's apartment doors and, that's a little different. But there are a lot of complexes that are townhomes, that are renters, right? I'm definitely, if I'm door knocking them because I know they're renting. And the majority of buyers in this market are first-time home buyers, not second time, not third time. They're first-time home buyers. So if you're going to do some door knocking, do it strategically. And if it's just completely random, do it to renters. Now, if you go to renters, I'm going to renters with education, right? Did you know, right? Did you know you could buy a home with a 580 credit score? Did you know if you continue to pay rent at $1,500 per month over the course of 30 years, you would have spent several $100,000. You could have bought several homes. Did you know? Right? And I'm here to tell you it's the better way. Right? Hey, my credit is bad. That's what I'm saying. Did you know I have options for people with low credit? What's the option for people with low credit? For one, if they got a big down payment, they can buy a home with a 500 credit score. But if they don't have a big down payment, You always can put them into credit repair. Did you know it's not over for you? You still got a shot. You still got a chance.
I have a question. I don't mean to cut you off about that
Go for it. I want y'all to cut me off. Go ahead.
because I do credit repair and is it a contradiction to my business to say that? Because okay, my my sister-in-law, she was interested in getting a home. She said she had $50,000 down. She wanted something about 100,000. But my thing was to her was, you know, yeah, that's good to say to a realtor that you got $50,000, but you need to come up with the rest of the money. You know what I'm saying? You should still have a pre-approval letter from the bank. Was that incorrect information?
Nah, she still need a pre-approval because
Because
we're,
she needs a
yeah,
hundred, right? She
she
needs to
need
go up
another
to
50.
100,000.
Yeah, so she still need a pre-approval.
Okay, I was just making sure.
So yeah. And then I think you asked two questions. Really, you was
I
asking, is it a
did.
contradiction or, against any
Mhm.
rules or regulations, RESPA or something like that, because you are doing credit repair as well. Not if you disclose it, right? It's not a kickback, right? It's not a kickback. It's not like you're telling someone, go work with this home inspector because the home inspector is kicking you some money under the table, right? That's a kickback. You are with a company. You are with United Credit, United Wealth Education Services. You are with them. You are with EXP Realty, right? You just have to disclose at that point. You are you are a employee or independent contractor with another company. You just have to disclose you work for both companies. That's it. It's not like a kickback, sending somebody over here for this contractor. This is the people that I'm referring to you and they kicking you some money back under the table. No, you doing everything legitly.
Okay, so basically, anytime I'm dealing with any clients, I need to disclose that I'm a realtor with EXP and a credit repair agent.
Only if you repairing their credit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, if
You have
I'm not, and I tell them that they could have a big down payment and get the rest of the money from the bank with a 580 credit score, um, at that point, I mean, when they do that, don't they still pay a high interest rate because they're still going in it with bad credit?
Oh, wait, let me just get the question clarified. So
Um,
you're saying if they buy a home with a 580 credit score,
mhm.
will they have a
Down
high
payment.
interest rate?
Yeah, even with the down payment.
No, they will not. Because you can buy a home with a 580 credit score with FHA. Can you get a better interest rate if you have a 700 score? Yes, you can. But it's not like it's a hard money loan. It's still a FHA backed loan. And
Okay.
FHA does support, first time home buyers, right? So you're still getting a solid rate. You're still getting it like a market rate as an FHA buyer with a 580 score. So no, they will, people say, don't buy a home with a 580 credit score. You need to get your scores up. Usually that's like the people that's doing credit repair. And when you look, when you look after they post that and you see what they do credit repair, right? Yes, but look, can you save a half a point? Can you save a quarter of a point by having a higher credit score? Yeah, you can, but how much money would you just be saving the fact that you're not renting anymore? How much money would you be saving the fact that this house is now tax deductible, right? And you can claim it on your taxes, right? How much money are you saving, aka making from the equity that you're going to gain? Not to mention the fact that you can always refinance the home if the rates are, the same or lower, right? And then your score goes up. You can always come back and refinance. It's not that you're necessarily stuck you get a 30-year mortgage, but it doesn't mean you're stuck with the same mortgage payment for 30 years, because you can always refinance it at some point if you wanted to. Pull cash out of it if you got equity there, etc. Make sense?
Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions? Y'all got any other questions for me? I see Shay just popped in. What's up, Shay? Yeah. Any
I
other
feel like
questions?
this is kind of like a vague question, but what would you recommend that we can do for a few hours a day for lead generating? Like, what is something that we should be consistently doing?
More than what I like better than, okay, so for one, I put up the lead generation platforms. Y'all gonna hear me like some of these meetings y'all gonna be coming on like, you keep telling us the same thing. I'm just gonna burn it into y'all brain. Like the game don't change, right? One, use the platforms. Use our city, right? Tap into Redfin, tap into effective agents, tap into Homelight, tap into List with Cleaver, right? You use those platforms. Our city, like I mentioned before, you send a message to the state broker and you ask them, hey, or to the broker, the Illinois broker, or your managing broker. I think it's the Illinois broker. The state broker. And then you just say, hey, can you please add me to the Op City, program?
Sorry
Right?
to cut you off, Aziz. If I already have OpCity, do I have to switch it over? I'm not sure if it's underneath Keller Williams or if I just have OpCity just to like have it.
Switch it over. Switch it over and request that it's approved by EXP. Okay. Any other platforms where they do lead generation for you, where you pay them on the back end, you can inquire with them, but before you sign a contract with them and send it back to them, you have to send that contract over to the state broker for them to review to get the green light. Okay? The biggest problem that y'all gonna have, because everybody on this call, I think, maybe except for Shay, is working a 9-to-5 job. Right? Not full time yet. The biggest obstacle you're going to have is time, lack of it. So it's going to be times where you can't prospect. Allow these lead generation companies to prospect for you. One of the agents told me they signed up for OpCity, and they say, Aziz, man, I just don't like that thing. It just be blinging and beeping and all this, and it irritates me. Well, that's money for one. So I don't know why it's irritating you. For two, you got the option to snooze it when you're not using it. And you should be snoozing it, because if you don't snooze it, then OpCity is going to say, you're not answering the calls. We're going to stop sending you leads. Right? If it's too much for you to take the time to snooze it when you're not using it, man, this ain't the business for you. And I don't know what business will be, because you're going to have certain type of disciplines in any business that you go in. If it's too much of a headache to go to the app, time it out, I'm not going to be available, shut it down. When I'm ready for it, I'll come back on. And then you have to have the discipline to turn it back on when it's time for you to prospect. See, these little things, these little disciplines like this is what's going to separate you from the next person. That's what's going to separate me from being a part of the 99% or the 95% to being part of the top 5%. I'm going to take the time to sign up for the program. I'm going to take the time to, when I'm not using it, I'm going to snooze it. And then I'm going to take the time for when it's time for me to start prospecting in my day, that I'm going to take the time to go back to the app to turn it back on. But somebody else will say, that's just something else I got to do. And that's so simple. So when it really comes to something like, especially like Asia, you say you thinking about going door knocking. If a person can't snooze it and they know they're gonna lose it, they definitely not gonna go door knocking. They're gonna make up reasons for that. right? It's the mentality. Everybody got the same tools. It's just a matter of who uses them and who don't. Who willing to learn how to use them correctly? Who get the City and don't read the instruction manual? I read this is the difference, y'all. I read the instruction manual. I read how this thing works so that I can maximize the efficiency. See, it ain't enough. It ain't enough for you to just have the tools. If you had got a saw, an electric saw, I bet you read that, the instructions on that, because you don't want to cut your finger off. Right? But see, we get some stuff and we don't even want to read about it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Right? Look, Batman was the only superhero. I think he's the only one. Might be only the one of only a couple. But I want to say Batman was the only superhero that didn't have no superpowers, right?
Mm-hmm.
He the only one that didn't have no superpowers. But what did he have? What did he have, Jalen? Because I heard you saying, what did he have?
He just knew how to fight. Like, he just knew martial arts, like all the just fundamental tools of
But he had
combat.
something else. He had something else too, though. What do you have, y'all? Somebody give me an answer. Y'all don't know what Batman had?
The Batmobile.
He had a
Yeah,
sidekick.
He did.
Batman, yeah, I'm y'all sidekick. We each other's sidekick, but we ain't talk about that because Batman was bad without Robin. Yeah, Robin, but a lot of times Robin wasn't even there. Robin he be taking days off. Batman, like, I can't depend on you. I got to save Gotham City. I don't know where you be at, Robin, playing around in some trees, right? Look, Batman had a tool belt.
Oh, yeah.
He had his tool belt. He could pull a boomerang gun out. He could pull the grappling gun out. He had a couple other things. I don't know what else he had. He had some stuff, right? But check this out. If Batman was falling from a building and he pulled out his boomerang gun to save himself, he would have died, right? He had to pull out, make sure I know where my grappling gun is, so I can shoot that hook to catch on to the building, to catch on to the pole, and pull myself back up. I got to know where that gun is, and I got to know how to use it. It ain't enough just to have the tools, right? The life and death of your business depend on not only having the tools, but how to use them. It don't get no realer than that, right? So I said all that to say this. Use the platforms is the main thing you should be doing. Sign up for them and use them. I would take time just to do that. If that took me a week to get straight, I'm doing it. Okay? Because that's free leads and that's going to make up for the time that you don't have the prospect. After a while, those leads, even though you're paying money on the back end for those leads, they will turn into referral business, word of mouth. Yes, people will refer you because they know you. They've seen a post on Facebook, but the people that's going to refer you the most is the people that you don't close the deal with. But first, you got to close the deal with somebody, right? In order to close a deal from somebody, you got to have leads. You got to have opportunities to show how great you are. Right? So you don't have the opportunity to show how great you are. I don't care how many degrees you got, how many certificates you got, how many plaques you got on your wall. It do not matter if don't nobody know that you're there, and you're not getting in front of them to even have the opportunity to take them out to see homes or take them to a lender to get them pre-approved to be able to get them into a house and get an offer under contract. Right? The other thing that I would be doing and that's kind of why I wanted to talk about social media, right? You want to operate on all platforms. You want to operate on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Snapchat. I don't really use Twitter, but
TikTok,
if I knew, you say, Jalen?
TikTok.
TikTok, right? You want to operate on all platforms. I'm not saying go ham with 3 posts a day. Do at least one. At 8 in the morning, do a post. I don't care if it's the same post across all the platforms. So what? You just got to get out because everybody won't see your stuff. They might be friends with you on Facebook and Instagram, but they might not see it on Facebook and they might only see it on Instagram. Because you don't know where people spending the majority of their time. Some people see my stuff and communicate with me on LinkedIn more than Facebook. I'm like, man, I had thought everybody had a Facebook. Some people don't even have Facebook. They like LinkedIn. So it's my responsibility to be everywhere. That's what my job entails, because if you all don't know, and I'm gonna see if somebody know the answer for this, you are not a realtor. I'm sorry, I know you went and took your test. And they told you got a license to be a real estate agent in the state of Illinois. But I'm sorry, I'm giving you a rude awakening. You are not a realtor. You know what y'all are? Can somebody give me an answer who we are? No answers? I'm gonna tell y'all then, no answers.
We're business
Entrepreneurs,
owners.
business women. I mean,
I'm
let's
an
go on.
entrepreneur.
All of us on this call, we are a lead generation company. You are your own individual lead generation company. You got to find out how to get your business leads before you can be a businessman, a businesswoman, a realtor, a real estate agent, a home buying consultant, a portfolio enhancement builder. Whatever you want to call yourself. Whatever we want to call ourselves, before we can do any of that, our number one job is to find people that need our help. That's it. And then you can be a realtor. So the number one thing that you're doing, other than self-development and self-education, right? Setting up your foundation, the number one thing that you have to be doing every day is prospecting. A lot of realtors say, man, my business is up and down. I got a lead and I don't. I got a closing and I don't. And it's up and down and it's up and down. It's like a roller coaster. It's because a lot of times either we get so busy with clients that we don't have time to keep prospecting, right? Or we think we got some clients, we close the deal and we take off from prospecting. We should be trying to find time every day. That's why at least you should be posting once a day. Find time every day to be prospecting, because even if you're not prospecting, at least your post will keep you in front of people, because your post on social media is your commercial. That's you running your commercial. You running your ad. That is you. When they see you, no matter what it is, it could be you out with the family, you are still running the ad that says, don't forget about me. I'm here. Right? I'm alive. Y'all ever go away from social media for a little bit and then you come back and people be like, dang, where you was at? I was wondering what was going on with you. Because you ain't been on social media. They thought you fell off the earth. Man, you post something. Oh man, I ain't seen you in a while. They're so glad to see you back. Forgot about you. Because they will forget about you. And when you forgot about, man, that's the beginning of the end, right there, right? 5,000 friends they allow you on Facebook. Max it out. 30,000 on LinkedIn, I believe. I'm trying to max it out. If you got 1,000, 2,000, 300, you got 300 friends, 200 friends, etc. If that's all you got on your page, and Facebook only showing it to 10% of the people that's on your page, or if you're lucky, it starts to get some traction and, maybe you get 20% see it, but you don't have that many people on your page, you losing. There's potential that's sitting there and you're not utilizing it, right? I don't have 5,000 on my Facebook because my page got deleted. I had 5,000, but I'm working my way back up, right? Now, we talk about who you should have on your Facebook page, on your LinkedIn page. Well, I'm not the one to tell you who, but what I will say is you should look at who is your target audience, right? Now, I'll say this, and I'm just talking about what I see in life, what I know, right? For one, friends and family. You should have all your friends, all your family, all your high school friends, your grade school friends, people that you know, old co-workers from the last job that you had, jobs in the past. All of that, I don't want to associate with them because they knew me and I'm trying to be a new me. You don't think they trying to be a new person too? Everybody growing. A lot of people trying to change who they are. So some people, yeah, you might just be like, nah, they ain't on nothing. They don't know drama. They be trolling. I don't need no negativity. But a lot
Oh,
of
can I
people
share
is like,
something too, Aziz, on
yeah,
that?
go ahead.
I started sharing my website with some of the people in my sphere, and I was so surprised that one of the girls that I used to work with a couple years ago, she shared it on her story.
Yeah, you know why she did that though?
How come?
Because she knows, likes, and trusts you.
Mhm.
See, when you go straight cold prospecting and you putting all these new people that you don't know and they don't know you, those is cold prospects. They don't know you. They don't like you. So how is it possible they're gonna even be able to trust you? Right? But you remember that? Y'all, I'm probably gonna show my age right here. It was a show called Cheers. It was a show called Cheers where they were in a bar. It was a TV show. And part of the theme song in the beginning, they say, where everybody
Everybody
knows your
knows your. I
name.
remember that.
And they always glad you came.
It
We
sound
want to be where the
familiar.
people see the trouble's all the same, right? And then when they come in, you come into the bar, everybody say, Norm, right? That's real estate. That's business, right? They see you, they say, oh, Asia, got a business going, got a website, man, good. Yeah, I'm gonna show you stuff, right? So all of your sphere, person that used to babysit your sister, your brother, whoever, right? If you got some type of connection with them, they need to be on your page because for one, they know, like, and trust you. They're gonna do some business with you, and if nothing else, they're gonna refer somebody to you. If you can fill up your page with 5,000 of those people, man, you're gonna have a good year, right? Most people don't have 5,000 of those people, but you got to fill up your page with as many of those people as possible. That's why it's good to add the people where Facebook says people you may know. Right? You know them. You got some type of connection with them. They friends of friends or something like that, right? So you want to fill up the page and you want to prospect people, right? So prospecting, some people may be like, okay, what cities, you can base it off statistics. What cities, and you can look up all of this stuff online or through your market view on your MLS and get the statistics and hot sheets and all of that or whatever, right? Like, look up what percentage of the, you can do citydata.org, I think is another one. You can look up and see what percentage are renters in this city. So maybe I'm looking at cities and I'm saying, okay, first time home buyers, I'm looking for people that live in these cities. Let me check out the page, see what okay, look, they posting stuff. I really don't see them in a house. Matter of fact, this is a picture of my house. It looked like they're in an apartment. They sitting there chilling, saying they at home movies, whatever. So I'm thinking, I'm trying to visualize in my mind, what does my audience look like? Now my audience has changed a bit now because I'm more so focused on building a team, and I'm looking for real estate agents, and particularly in the Chicago, suburb area, etc. So now my audience has changed on who I'm bringing onto my page. But when you're looking for buyers, right, and sellers, more so buyers though, buyers are going to be easier. Sellers, we're going to talk about sellers, we go another route, but especially with buyers, they're more, especially first-time buyers, they're really just happy to get into a home, to get somebody that wants to help them, that they know is professional, that looks professional, etc. They see you out at homes, etc. Part of prospecting too is go to an open house, walk around, like, don't take pictures of the house and all that without approval. I got to tell y'all that, you know what I'm saying, without approval from the listing agent, etc. And you definitely want them to be a listing agent from EXP, because, there's just laws around that. How do I know? Because I got in trouble for it before. But I ain't really get in trouble. MLS gave me a slap on the wrist. They said, don't do that no more. So, okay. Right? Me, I find myself getting a little trouble all the time because I'm always pushing the boundary. And if I didn't know, I ain't know. So I'll be just going for it sometimes, but that ain't necessarily the right way. I want to teach y'all the right way, not the wrong. So, but being out and about, right? Driving to the listing, right? Hey, doing an inspection, etc. Right? Not like just taking pictures of the house and in front of the house and inside, and just be like, just live, just go live. That's a way for people to say, okay, this person is in the business, they work in it, I see them, right? Better than door knocking, in my opinion. Now I got those people that I'm friends with. I'm going to do a selfie video. Hey, my name is Jalen Walker, right? I'm an agent and I cover such and such areas, right? One of the best there is, and I want to help you to get into a home. I'm helping buyers, I'm helping sellers, I'm helping individuals with poor credit. We can even get you into a home with a 580 credit score. I like long walks on the beach, but I can't walk on the beach right now because it's a snowstorm. Right? I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say, but you got to say something, because again, that's another commercial, right? How many realtors are inboxing people videos, right? And look, I'm gonna share my screen. After I got people on my page, I'm gonna go to my Facebook. I click on my profile picture to go to my profile page. I click right there, y'all, where it say 1,155 friends. I click that. It don't look like you can click it, but you can. I click that, and I start with the letter A. I click on A. I hit the message button. Let me just see if I sent her a message before. I did, a good morning message. I need to send her another one, right? I start with the letter A, and I go to their page. I might even go to their page and like some stuff. Boom, 1 like, 2 likes, right? Three likes, and then I send a message, right? Because now I'm engaging in their stuff. It gets their attention. It might make them want to come check out my page. Plus, I just sent them a video message. Prospecting, right? That's going to be better than door knocking, because the quickest way to build rapport with people nowadays is through social media. I'm running my commercial, right? Another way, networking events, right? I know we're in COVID, but try to wear the mask, go out to networking events, network with people, talk with people, hold buyer seminars, hold educational, some type of educational seminars, get in front of people. Go to other people's networking events. Network with the people that's there. Let them know what you're doing. And you killing two birds with one stone. And when you get there, take a lot of pictures. If you go and you don't take pictures, you just did yourself a major injustice. Take as many pictures as you can. Get pictures with people and get some solo pictures. Why do you want to get the solo pictures? Because now you can get a solo picture, crop the background, and put a background behind it and use it for business cards, for flyers, for this, for that, etc. Now that turns into networking. It turns into content that you can use for your social media page, but then it also turns into headshots, Facebook and social media profile pages, flyers, etc. You just kill so much in one lane. Just took care of so much stuff. Okay. So that's the route that I'm going right there. Of course, referral business. If you have a client and your client is really feeling you, I'm feeling you, Shay. I'm feeling you, Asia. Jay, you the man, Joe. Right? They feeling you. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Client, I appreciate that you guys like my service so much. I do the best that I can to make sure that my clients is taken care of and happy. Do you have anyone else that's potentially looking for a house right now? I love to see how we can help them get into a home as well. Don't forget about me, right? Do you got friends? Hey, I even do credit repair. Or I even got someone who does credit repair for those individuals that might be looking for a home. Because see, what's happening is, you think when they doing this home search, the only one they talking to is each other? No. They talking to everybody around them, their co-workers, this person, that person, etc. And let them know, hey, they might not be ready, like your friends and family, if they're looking, they might not be ready right now. But they might be ready later, and I can sit down and have a consultation with them, or I can do a phone consultation with them to get them ready maybe for next year. See, some people won't refer you because they don't know how to refer you. You got to guide everybody the way that you want them to go. So it should be, if you know someone, the best thing that you can do is not give them my number, but set us up on a three-way text message or a Facebook message. I really like Facebook messages because then they can come see my page because I know I'm posting every day. Right? Now they can get a feel for me before we even talk, and then I can have them give me their number. I'm not even thirsty to get the number. I'm thirsty for them to see me and who I am and what I do and how I do it. Right? Makes sense? So those are the routes I'm going. Of course, open houses are going to be great. When it comes to open houses, a good way to break into the luxury market is to prospect a luxury listing agent. So we're not just prospecting for clients. Prospect a luxury listing agent. You know, some of these luxury listing properties been on the market for 300 days. Right? Hey, but if you can ask them, hey, can I share this home on my social media? They trying to get rid of that house. Man, love the home. I got a little bit of traction. Actually, some people were interested in it. I want to go and check it out. You know, would you mind if I went there and just like checked it out? I don't have a buyer for it yet, but I wanted to check it out. Yeah, go ahead, go by, check it out. Could I, take a few pictures while I'm there, just like, so I can, get some content, some buzz going, right? It'll help me in my business as well. And I said, well, yeah, go ahead. If they say go ahead, check it out, they want to sell the place, right? Come back, man, I love the house. You just got some content. I love the house. I think it's amazing. Man, I really like to do something there, like a broker open or just an open house or anything. Like maybe we can collab or, maybe I just, you know, you give me the permission to do the open house and I take care of it, you know, but I really would like to get some attention over there. I think it'll work out for all of us, me, you, and of course the seller, because the goal is to sell the house. They may be too busy to really be pushing the open house, right? And then when you get that open house, man, you tell everybody and their mama about it. Now you ain't gotta call it a broker open, but if you tell brokers, hey, come by, I got this listing, this house that I'm about to be doing an open house on, is this, and that. I want you to come check it out. Now you're on the phones, now you just blowing that thing up. Right? Now you might say, if I blow that up, okay, yeah, I might get some clients, but then somebody else brings a realtor and then they buy the house, etc., and then I don't get nothing out of it. For one, that other realtor might hook you up with something, but if nothing else, he got other listings, he probably gonna let you do the open houses on those too. At the same time, you're branding yourself and you're gonna get people that walk in and you're gonna be knocking the neighborhood. And everybody in the neighborhood got money too. High price homes. Right? So I gotta jump off because I got another meeting I gotta jump on, another Zoom. But any questions? I can do probably one quick question. If anybody got one. All right. Meeting is adjourned. I hope y'all got some value out of it. Watch this video again. If you watch the other videos that I did, watch them again. Like hearing it one time won't be enough. Come back, take notes while you're listening to it and really implement this and put it into your business. All right. See y'all at the top. Let's get it.
Thanks,